Hey guys, welcome back to Flicks Recap. My name is Luke Pelletier and today we're covering the 2018 comedy Blockers. Before we start, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and of course subscribe to Flicks Recap if you dig the breakdown. And, as a disclaimer, this video includes my own personal commentary and analysis. It's not a substitute for the film itself. Links to purchase the film are in the description below. Let's get it going. The movie starts off with Lisa, Mitchell, who was really hard to notice at first, and Hunter meeting each other while dropping their daughters off for their first day of school. Afterwards, we cut to a sequence of videos showing the girls becoming friends, and Lisa, Mitchell, and Hunter, who from now on I'm going to refer to as the Blockers, getting closer. Then we cut to Lisa and her daughter, Julie, having a conversation about college, since Julie feels like Lisa is gonna have a hard time when she's gone. We shoot to Mitchell, who's doing laundry. When he finds a pair of panties, assuming they're his wife's, he puts them in his mouth, and tells her he's gonna give her a great night. Which is when his wife, Marcy, tells them that they're his daughter's panties, Kayla. So he spits it out and tells Marcy to tell Kayla he can't wear those because it's escort underwear, and she doesn't get her allowance in ones. He also finds a cigarette filter in Kayla's pants, and she tells him he can't be mad at her for experimenting. At school, it's revealed that Julie has a boyfriend, Austin, and during the lunch break, she tells Kayla and Sam, Hunter's daughter, she's going to lose her virginity to Austin at prom night, which is tonight. Kayla joins in and tells Julie that she's in too, and that she also wants to lose it after prom. Sam tells the girls that she's not ready yet and she's gonna pass. After school, we meet Frank and Brenda, Sam's mom and stepdad, who tell her the worst thing you can tell your daughter who's just about to graduate: that she's going to lose her friends since no one stays friends with their friends from high school. Meanwhile, Julie gets home and finds a letter from UCLA saying that she got in, but after she goes inside and gets ready for prom, when she brings up UCLA, Lisa tells her that she's happy she didn't apply to go there anymore, and that would have been the biggest mistake of her life. Later, Kayla and Sam come over to Julie's place, and when Julie leaves her room to meet them, she doesn't close her laptop, which has messages on it. Sam tells Kayla and Julie she also wants to lose her virginity, so they all make a pact to do it that night. All the while in the backyard, Lisa and Mitchell reconnect after apparently not having hung out for a while, since I guess Lisa ignores Mitchell's calls, which is when Hunter shows up in a limo. He tells Sam that he wants her to have the night of her life, and that she shouldn't care about any rules during prom, and Sam just tells him to be a normal parent for the day, and then she walks off. The Blockers finally all reunite, and it's revealed that Hunter hasn't talked to either of the other Blockers since his divorce with Sam's mom. When Lisa walks into Julie's room to get something, she finds the letter from UCLA. After the girls and their dates leave, they start texting each other dirty emojis about their plans for the night. Meanwhile, Lisa's venting to Mitchell about the letter she found, which is when they hear notification sounds coming from Julie's room. So they go check it out, which is when Hunter gets out of the bathroom and sees what they're doing. When they look at all of the emojis, it takes them a while to figure out what all of it means, even though Hunter seems to have a pretty good sense of what's going on. Lisa and Mitchell decide they're gonna C-block their kids because they don't want them doing anything stupid or forced, but Hunter tells them to leave the kids alone and not ruin the night. However, he's not able to stop them since Mitchell has a secret history in wrestling. He does manage to get into the car with him as they drive to prom night, which is when they ask Hunter why he doesn't want to prevent Sam from doing it. So he tells them he already knows she won't since his fatherly instincts tell him she's gay. At prom, while Kayla's off with her date Connor getting drunk, Sam meets this other girl, Angelica, when she goes to get some dessert. She asks her when she knew she was gay, and she tells her she really only knew after trying something out with a guy. While she's drinking with Connor, Kayla tells him exactly what she wants to do with him tonight. Then the Blockers arrive just when the girls decide they're done with the prom and ready for the after party. But just before they leave, Hunter sees Kayla and Julie leaving and at first letting it go. But then he sees Sam kissing her date, Chad, and he gets angry because he doesn't want her to lose it to the wrong sex. He's not able to stop them though before they leave. So the Blockers go to the after party, which is at Austin's house. When the Blockers get there, they see people doing the deed through the window and it looks like the girl is Julie, so Lisa starts freaking out. Then they realize it's actually Austin's parents, and Mitchell has eye contact as Austin's dad finishes. Yikes. Not enough whiskey and therapy in the world to cure that. Alright, if you've made it this far, you're kicking back and enjoying the video. Now would be a great time to subscribe to Flicks Recap. Subscribing is absolutely free, and it helps me bring you even more dope content. Okay, plug over. Back to the recap. So they walk out and ask the blockers what they're doing at their house, which is when they find out that it's not where the after party was at all, but that it's actually at Kyle Mowry's house, and that Julie lied to Lisa. Classic. So the blockers go to Mitchell's house and try to find Kyle's address in Marcy's list, which is when they get caught by Marcy, and she gets mad at them for trying to interfere with their daughter's prom night, and for making the fact that they're going to lose their virginity such a big deal since they're girls, which is totally different for guys. Lisa distracts Marcy and Mitchell finds the address, so they're good to go. When the blockers arrive at the after party while Kayla's getting high, Sam's trying to seduce Chad, and Julie's getting it on with Austin. They get stopped by Kyle and his friends because they won't let parents into their house, and then they accuse them of being cops. So, to prove that they're not, they have a chugging contest, which is then revealed to actually be a butt-chugging contest. You know, where you put a funnel into, and somehow chug a beer. Haven't we all done this? Mitchell totally wins by cheating, but while still chugging the last beer, the police show up, and as Lisa pulls the funnel out of Mitchell's butt, the girls leave in their limo. And Julie is sad because she was just about to do the deed when the police showed up. As the girls drive away in their limo, the blockers see them and follow them. When the limo driver realizes he's being followed, he tries to shake them off, which is when Sam throws up on Chad after having a little too much to drink at the party, which triggers everyone, including the limo driver, to throw up too. At the same time, Hunter tells Lisa to do something he saw in Fast and Furious to try and stop the girls. But then Sam stands up out of the roof of the limo and throws up right onto the blocker's windshield, and they crash. The girls and their dates go to a mini-mart to get clean clothes, which is when Julie sees all of the calls and messages Lisa left her, so she calls Lisa up and they get into a huge fight. This is when Julie tells her she wants to go to UCLA so she can be as far away from Lisa as possible, and then promptly hangs up. Afterwards, Mitchell consoles her and the blockers open up about why they haven't hung out as much anymore and get a little closer, which is when Lisa realizes that they can find out where the girls are from Austin's parents, since they talk with their son throughout the whole night. So they aim to steal one of the parents' phones. When Mitchell and Hunter break into Austin's house, there's some kind of weird roleplay going on, and Austin's parents are walking around in their birthday suits with blindfolds on trying to find each other. But instead of finding each other, they unknowingly find Hunter and Mitchell. So while they get touched and reciprocate, Lisa can successfully steal Austin's father's phone, and they find out the after party is at a hotel in the deluxe suites. When Lisa gets up to the floor where the party is, she sees Kayla coming out of her room, so she walks in, and it's decorated with flowers and balloons and a heart on the bed, which Kayla did to give Julie the best first time. When Lisa gets ready to leave, Julie and Austin walk in, so she hides under the bed as they get it going. Meanwhile, in another room, Kayla and Connor are making out while Mitchell is knocking down every room door trying to find them. And in another room, Sam touches Chad, but just before he gets it in, Sam tells him she changed her mind. And as he tries getting off of her, he finishes on her. Hooray for irony. Ugh. Fortunately, Sam thinks it's funny. While Connor's undressing to do the deed with Kayla, she also backs out since she realizes she doesn't really know Connor too well, and she wants her first time to be at least kind of special. So he tells her they can also just talk, which is when Kayla tells him she's still down for pleasure and points down. After a while, Mitchell finally finds Kayla, and when he sees her kissing Connor, he literally throws him against the wall. Connor leaves, and when Kayla and Mitchell get to talking, she finds out they've been following them all night. They make up, and Kayla tells Mitchell he's the best dad, and he starts crying. All the while, Lisa's still under the bed while Austin and Julie have foreplay and dance, and she somehow manages to escape after realizing Austin is actually a really nice guy, and that they really love each other. Hunter also finds Sam, and he's happy to find out that she didn't do it. He tells her he regrets not always being there for her, and they make up. Then Sam tells him that she's gay, and he encourages her to tell her friends and that they won't judge her. The blockers all meet up again at the bar and catch each other up on everything that's happened, and they have a drink together. The girls also get back together and catch up back at the party. Sam tells Kayla and Julie that she's gay and afterwards hooks up with Angelica. We cut to 3 months later with the blockers saying goodbye to the girls while they go off to college. And after they leave, they prank their parents by making a drug pact in the group chat, including them. The end. Now, when I was starting to watch this movie, I was told that John Cena butt chugs a beer, but I couldn't see him. What did you think? Let me know in the comments below. And of course, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next recap. Until next time.